How's everybody doing? This is another episode of Beeswarm Gaming. I'm playing on my main account. I had two accounts. I had actually I still have a private server. It's called Bees and the Noob. That's because I had a alt account which I was building. You know, someone gave me the account. It was a little built up. They were a pay to play type of player, so I had some good stuff starting out, but they also had some poor stuff. And I thought, hey, why not? In fact, some of my earlier videos, you get to see what it is, and then you get to see how I built it. Beesmas is here. I'm not going to use that alt account. I'm going to use the account that I'm quite proud of. Okay, so aside from that, let's go to what I have now. I have a group. It's called Bees Swarm. Two words. Bees ends with a Z. Yes, I'm trying to be a little creative here. I'm not the most creative. I can't draw. I can't build anything. But I can make the word bees end with a Z. Join it. It's not all about Bee Swarm Simulator. Primarily though, that'd be kind of cool if I could get some people to join it because of that. This is Roblox, man. I'm sure that, like me, we play all different games. I got into this game not because I just saw Roblox and I said, hey, I'm gonna type Bee Swarm in. Someone said, hey, check this game out. So it'd be cool for other people to come in and talk about it and say, hey, why don't you try this game out? We are a community of people who like games. We're community. Alright? So let's get rid of all these arrows and let's go find our swarm. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And let's hit the cannon. Why hit the cannon? Usually it's because I just like flying through the air. But this time I actually do polar bear. Alright, that's the first tip. And that's because with the polar bear, you really don't get a lot of stuff except for this fork thing. Alright? The fork thing means that you stay alive faster, longer. So, if Mr. Krabby decides to hit you, if Mondo Chick decides to hit you, if Commando Chick decides to hit you, you survive longer. If you are doing the snail, and every bee is gonna go to sleep, yes, doesn't matter what level you are. Oh, snail's coming out. I get to do snail later on. I'm not going to do snail during this video, obviously, but it's going to go later on. Do I get to do tunnel bear? I don't think so because I did tunnel bear earlier, but let's check. Usually they're synced up. Yep, don't get to do it, but that's alright. That's alright. And I know I did Krabby the other day. So anyway, the reason that I'm making this is because Bee Swarm Links came out with a couple of things that are quite interesting. So, a lot of stuff has been coming out, and directly from Onit, I believe. This isn't stuff that they're kind of like sidelining, saying, I wonder if Onit may have or may not have. I believe all this stuff is coming from Onit, which is really exciting because my understanding is that he kind of stays quiet and then he kind of rushes people with information. So, what do we have? What do we have? The first is that there's a snowflake. And then there's a second snowflake that says that it's slightly lighter in color than the previous one. And you have to hold them side by side. Look at them side by side to say, oh yeah, the second one is slightly different in color. Now to me, if I actually saw them falling from the sky or like on the ground, I wouldn't be able to tell if somebody said, those are two shades of white. I'd be like, oh yeah, now the one main difference is the outline border of the first snowflake is black and the second one isn't. So maybe I'd be able to tell. Maybe I'd be able to tell. But if you take that away, there's really no difference because the style itself is the same. Now, I was reading through some of the theories, and one that kind of stuck out was that the snow might act the same as goo. Now, that's kind of cool, which would mean that the snow is some sort of gathering buff, right? Snow might go with a possible other field. Now, it probably doesn't go with the red bee, which I've heard is a new mythical bee, right? And we really don't have any snow bees. And bees really don't come out in the wintertime. So, snow and bees really kind of don't go together. Snow and flowers really don't go together, you know. But a snow and a buff may be the most reasonable thing to go with. Snow and an ornament may go together. Snow and a gift of some sort may go together. But if Onnit is taking the time to make this, then there has to be something to it. There has to be something to it. Just like how the gumdrop might not do that intricate of a look when it's on the ground. When you're crafting it, it looks like a gumdrop, right? So maybe like the snowflake, when you're crafting it, if you craft it, right? If it falls on the ground and it is a buff, and there are white fields, so see, white fields and a snowflake, it doesn't look like anything when it's on the ground, but it does some sort of buff. So that's kind of cool. So I really don't know. I really don't know. So that's the first thing. The other piece of aspect is musical. And it's very short. It's like 3 seconds long. And it's bells. Yeah. And not like the type of musical bells that you would hear like at a church or anything like that. It's just a short like jingle jingle, jingle jingle. You know, the kind that you would hear like on a reindeer, right? And that's it. So it's kind of like something that a bear might wear as a piece of jewelry to notify someone that they're walking by. I don't think it's an ornament because bells are notifiers, you know? So why would you put it on an ornament? Now, on the hat, I believe there's a bell. So that might be it. But the way how this sounds, it sounds like it's multiple bells, not just one. So that's interesting too, and that it might be something that we're not seeing. And there's nothing on the snowflake that shows that it's part of the bell. So that's something that's cool because it might be something that we're not seeing. It might be something new. So this is kind of cool. It's a lot of stuff that is coming out. So this is like the third day of like new stuff. So we obviously know a couple of things. One, the update is either done or being created, developed, and getting done. Right? So that's cool. Two, because it's either done or being developed to get done, it's going to get released for Beesmas. And that's been said, that Beesmas is coming. We don't know when. And stop asking. Stop asking when is Beesmas. Nobody knows. And if they say they do know, then I guess you could take their word, but if it doesn't happen, that kind of decimates their credibility. I believe it's either just on it, his inner circle, and right now, it's like, the truth is that maybe we all know. It's the week of Christmas. We just want it right now. So I would just say, chill out, take the information as it comes. It was like Ready Player 2. We kind of knew when it was coming, and when we got all the hints, we kind of knew what it was. We all said, hey, it was like a digital bee, and it ended up becoming like a digital bee. We all saw the signs and wasn't quite sure what it was, but when it came out, it made total sense. It was signs to a puzzle. And people said, um, there's a digital bee, and these might be signs to a puzzle. We were absolutely right. So the things that we're seeing are probably all ornaments, and the snowflake is probably something like goo. Those are just my thoughts. I mean, people who play Bee Swarm are pretty smart. Are pretty smart individuals. We've been playing this game for quite a while, and even those who haven't been playing the game for quite a while, we know what we're talking about. Alright, you guys take care. Thank you. Leave comments because I really like reading it. Remember, Bees Swarm is the group. 2 words. I try to be as creative as I can. First word ends with a Z. Bye.